Yeah, the first steps that industry should take should be reframing from a linear economy that they have been used to a circular economy. What I mean by that is usually industry think about selling their products or services from a utility perspective. So when you sell a fridge, for example, you buy a fridge or you sell a fridge for cooling your food. But what the industry needs to understand is that there's a lot of material that goes inside it. So even after the utility of that particular product is completed, there is still a lot of investments that you have made. Investments in terms of labor, in terms of capital, in terms of carbon that you have invested in those materials. So industry should start reframing on how do I maximize the return of that investments. And what I mean by that is how can I get those materials back into the mechanism, into the economy back, and reuse them and reutilize them. So that's, I think, a reframing that is needed from the industry's perspective, and start utilizing and using your entire value chain and start looking for opportunities where you can identify new opportunities in terms of business models, in terms of where you can take advantage of the cost savings related to bringing those materials back so that you can maximize your return of investment. In the US, there is a lot of policies that are in place on decarbonization and climate change, which has been catalyzed by the 3 laws that has already been passed, the BIL, the IRA, and the CHIPS and Science Act. And there is a lot of space that is in those acts provided for circular economy solutions. So in addition to these 3 laws, I think there are 5 areas that the policymakers can focus on. Number 1 is to create an explicit strategy as far as circular economy is concerned, circularity is concerned. And that should have the vision and the goals and the targets that creates a common language and a common aspiration towards what needs to be done. The second is around communicating and having the right standards and the right measurement mechanisms, as well as the data and research, in order to be able to measure and quantify what the impact of those circular economy solutions are. The third area is around bringing the barriers down in terms of how do you make some of these circular solutions more economic? How do you invest in the infrastructure to ensure that the reverse logistics, the material banks, and all the infrastructure required for circularity is put in place? And the fourth area is where there is immediate and urgent requirements as well as substantial opportunities. The policy can actually start mandating certain circular economy solutions. And these are, for example, design principles in terms of ensuring that the products that you produce are produced in a way that it can be dismantled, repaired, refurbished, and eventually be brought back into the economy. These could be policies that can be mandated, such as creating certain targets on what the reuse and recycling targets should be in certain products. And the last but not least, the fifth area would be to invest in innovation, which I believe a lot of these legislations are already doing, but I think there is a little bit more room to ensure that this is done in a concerted fashion, specifically for catalyzing the circular economy.